Kyle McCord got to spin it 4 times against Arkansas State. Of course, is a 31-point favorite, not the 44-point favorite I believe they were against Arkansas State, and coming woefully short of covering the spread. I'm sure that's to the chagrin of many Buckeye fans. But again, Toledo is supposed to be a bit stiffer of a challenge, but not too stiff. That we've got Kyle McCord possibly getting some reps this week.
I mean, we'll have to see. I mean, it's really easy to predict. Oh, well, this is what we expect the outcome to be. I mean, Kyle Rowland of the Blade said 49-21, which would lead me to believe in that type of instance that maybe there would be a chance for some run in the fourth quarter. But generally, once you get into the fourth quarter, and if it is deemed garbage time, it's you're going to be hitting the 3 on Dallin Hayden's jersey as you let him run. I mean, it's not necessarily a case of where he's going to be going out running the Ohio State offense. So, okay, he's getting experience. Well, he's getting experience handing the ball off. I mean, they're not going to go out and do a whole lot. So, I think it's important to be able to get out there and to call a play and do things of that nature. But, I don't get that jazzed up over late fourth quarter action and being like, well, these guys are really getting to learn a lot at that point. Yes, the offensive line is getting out there and having to block. There's, the defense is certainly going against an offense that is trying to, to score against them. So they're having to do some things. But I think when you're the backup quarterback, and if you don't get something of where you're running at least a semblance of your offense, I don't know how much you're getting there.
Yeah. McCord didn't get in the game until there was about 10 minutes to go, and it may have been 45-12 already at that point. There was no scoring in the fourth quarter of that game on Saturday, and so it was 33-point spread at that point. I think is pretty safe in the fourth quarter. I mean, they were only up 15 points at halftime, right? 24-9 or something like that. So, I mean, that's not out of the woods by any means. And they opened the second half great. Scored a touchdown, got a 3-and-out, scored a touchdown. Now it's 38-9, and you feel pretty good about it. But then they kind of putzed around after that, gave up a field goal, had a couple 3-and-outs, and Day just was kind of fuming mad, just kind of like, just we didn't finish. We didn't get one more. If they had scored one more touchdown and made it 45-9 at that point, then, late third quarter, empty the bench. Sure, go for it. There have been 10 true freshmen who have played. The only one that played against Notre Dame was Caden Curry, a very promising defensive end, and he got in last week and had 4 tackles and a tackle for loss against Arkansas State. So he has been pretty disruptive he's only played a handful of plays. In addition to him, Jair Brown, Omari Abor, CJ Hicks at linebacker, defensive end Kenyatta Jackson, defensive tackle Hero Canoe, safety Kai Stokes, safety Sonny Styles. He was running down on kickoffs, I believe, early. Maybe for this game he was on the kickoff team, I believe. I don't think he was for Notre Dame. Then the first 2 freshmen on offense are the Dallin Hayden, the running back that Kevin referenced, and Tegra Tashbola, who's a big, strong offensive guard who really looked good in the spring. And I think he's a guy, borderline 2-deep type player. So kind of surprised some other ones. The wide receivers that were there in the spring, they haven't gotten much run yet at all. And no Gabe Powers, the linebacker. Haven't seen him yet either. Some of these guys didn't even have their black stripe removed, which is kind of the rite of passage, as we talked about during preseason camp. That could still happen. We might see that here in the next few weeks with 1 or 2 more of the freshmen having their stripe removed, and that kind of declares that now they're able to go into games and be able to play and be a true Buckeye at that point. But the job of these guys right now is to get the first team ready, give them a good look every day in practice. And because, as we said, the bullets are going to be flying for real here in about 10 days. So here it goes.